Hello friends, today we will be learning basic concepts of Java collections and looking into the multiple examples Java codes of collections and how does they behave, what are the different questions which should be asked in the interview question and how does it should behave. I mean, like, what is the expected output and what are the things which should take care of, what are the best practices. So these all things, so let's move to the questions without wasting our time.
With a very simple program. So in this program, array list add program, I have a array list of strings where I am adding list sample 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I got a iterator, and then in while loop I am checking if iterator dot has next. So I am taking the next and just printing it out, and when this is sample 2, this s equals to sample 2, I am removing it from list and keep doing this. So now I can try add also, but like if iterator doesn't have add method. So now when I run this program, you will see there is a concurrent modification exception. So this concurrent modification exception happens when you are using iterator to iterate over it, but now just you removed one thing from list. So here iterator has a count, backed up count maintain itself, which says that size of this list is 4, but now since you removed it, it is a 3. But then when it comes to iterator.has next again, it will check that count is equals to the list size or not. So list size is 3 now, list size, and count is 4, which is not equal. That's why it stores concurrent modification exception. So is it like we cannot delete anything from list when we are iterating? It's not. So if I do something like instead of list, I will do iterator. When I do this, see, it worked. So this iterator removed from the list, but it doesn't throw any exception. So as you can see, the explanation removes the underline correction last element returned by the iterator. So if you see this, iterate to this again. So see, after deletion, when we print the list, sample 2 is deleted. Okay. So now just there's one more thing that is interesting here. Control Z all things. Yeah. So now I have this. I've removed sample 4, and now I run this program. Right now I didn't get any concurrent modification exception. S is equals sample 2 is deleted from the list, and it will again come to iterator dot has next. So since list size is 3, so it will go to the sample 3. But since now the list size is 2 and this iterator dot has next is not pointing to anything else, so this is the weird behavior in Java with this iterator.
You are not sleepy, right? Because we have a next question on the row.
So for this next program, we have a custom class person which has first name and last name, a constructor, getters and setters, And then in main method we are creating two instances of this person class, first name and last name, created one array list and a hash set. So I'm just adding p1 and p2 to the list and same to the set, and just printing out the size of list and set. So as set does not allow duplicate, so it should, the size should be 1, but we can see the size is 2. So the size is 2 now. Now wow, why this is? So see how hash set works. So hash set makes use of hash code and equals method. So when we use custom this inbuilt primitive classes like integer, double, string, so Java has those hash code and equals method overridden in such a way that based on content it will identify if it is duplicate or not. But now here in our class person and first name and last name, it cannot identify. So every time when we create a new object, it will have a hash code, and equals method for this p1 and p2 will return false. So for that we have to override hash code and equals method in such a way that it should make these two variables as same thing. So that is the basic concept here, and more about like how to override hash code and equals method, we can see it on next example.
So the next question is,
Now here we will see the importance of hash code and equals method when it comes to hash set and hash map, as both of them use hash code and equals method. So basically they are using hashing technique in backend. So I have created 4 custom classes. Class A, which has not overridden hash code and equals method. Class B has overridden equals and hash code method. Hash code returns always the same value, while equals returns false always. So even if you compare the same instance, it will return false. Now in class C, hash code returns some random value using random int, and equals return true. So if you compare two different objects, it will return true for them. Now in class D, hash code returns 1, the same value, and equals returns also true. So it's like two different objects will have same hash code, and their equals will also return true. So now what I have done here, I have created hash set, and in this hash set I have added 100 instances of E, then printing out its size, and then checking out if I have created again a new A, will my set return any value. Then after that I have cleared, and then again iterated over 100 times and added new B, and does the same thing for B. Again cleared it out, same for C, same for D. So let's check out how does it behave. So as you can see for A, we have not written hash code and equals method. So every time when we create new A, it's a new object with different hash code, and equals will return false for them, because default implementation of equals checks the object reference, that is memory area, memory location you can say, and for new A it will be different always. So set size is 100, and again when I tried new A, it returns false. Why? Because new A will have a different hash code, and that hash code is not present in the set when you check the equals. So the memory reference, or you can say the hash code for those two, is different. Now after clearing, I have added B. So B also added 100. Why? Because remember, for B hash code returns 1. So when I do set dot add new B, so first time it will add B with hash code 1. Next time it will again come to B with hash code 1. But it sees that hash code 1 is already available. A object is available at hash code 1. But then it goes to equals method. So if you check equals method, it returns false, which we have written like that. So it returns false. That means these two objects are different even if they have same hash code. So it keeps adding them at the same bucket. That's why 100. Now again here new B returns false, like it is not present. Why? Because new B hash code will be the same again, because for B we have written hash code will return 1, but equals method return false. So what it does, it checks hash code is 1, okay, at one bucket it will look like there are hundreds of objects, so which object to return, it goes to equals method for that. But when you do equals method, it returns false always, so that's why it's false, no object is present. Now for the C, we will see again that 100 objects are added. Why? Because hash code is, I think, some random variable, so might possible right now it is 100, any other time it will become 98, 99, anything else, because if hash code becomes same, and here equals return true. So suppose 2 times hash code are come as same for a object, then it goes to equals method and equals return true. That in that way the other older value will be overwritten. So it can be random thing based on how much scope we have given for random. Like if I say the random will be from 1 to 100, or then it will happen like that. Now check for D. So D, we will see that size is 1 and it also returns 2. Why so? Because when I do new D, it returns 1. Okay, so the hash code will be 1. Then it goes to equals method. So equals method says that those two objects are also equal. So what it does, it will not add next value. Duplicate values are not added, rejected. Similar for third time, it again comes to new D. Then hash code is 1, that is same. At 1 there's a value, so it will goes to equal method, and equal method will again returns true. So the same value exists, it will reject the addition. So in that way we have the set dot size 1, and this set dot contains return true here. The same reason, the hash code will return 1, so at 1 there's a value present, it will go to equal method and check yes it is the same, equals is true, so it will return that value. So that's how the hash code and equals method plays an important role in Hashset and in HashMap also.
So another question is,
Now in this example, I have just taken a tree set. So tree set basically maintains the order of insertion, or you can say order of like natural order, ascending order, or reverse order. Based on what is the order which we want to maintain, it can also maintain that. So by default, it maintains the natural order like ascending order. So this is the custom class person class. But since it maintains the order, it makes use of compare to method. So by default, if you use integer, double, wrapper, and string classes, it has custom implementation of compare to already in it. But now in our custom class, we don't have. So what if you provide a person class without comparable implementation? You will get error in the tree set. So for tree set, it is mandatory to use a custom class with which implements comparable. As you can see, class cast exception. So you must implement comparable if you are using a custom class in tree set. So now, but my comparable I have written always 0. So every time when it enters, it will check compare to method, and what it will do, it will compare. If p1 is equals to p2, it returns 0. That means yes, they are equal. P2 equals to P3, yes, they are equals. So this goes on, and only one method is added because rest of all are equal. So in what order it will add? No, it will order at the same place. It will add at the same place. That's why there is one. And if you see that what is the value which is stored, that is ABC, the first one, because it is the smaller. Like if instead of ABE, if I do ABB, so you can see here I will get again ABC, the first value which will be the sorted added in the entry. Okay, so for varying this, we can just change the implementation of compare to according to the criteria which we want, and then it will work properly.
So for the next question, I have tried to cover concepts of generics.
For this next question, I have not it's not very major concept, but some of the time you can get puzzled over here. It's a very simple concept and simple example. It can get complicated if we add too much generics to it. So for simpler terms, I have written, let's say there's employee class and there's a accountant class which extend employee. So I am preparing a list of employee. So see, here I have passed employees, but here I haven't passed anything. So what does that mean? That it employees is a list of array list. It's an array list which can accept any object of employee type. So accountant is also employee type because its parent is employee and employee itself is employee. So see, here we are adding employees dot add even and even. So both accountant and employee getting added successfully without any problem. But what if I have done something like this? Then it throws error at compile time only, as you can see. Why? Because it says employees is an array list of employee type, but now we have initialized it with accountant type. So now it will contain only accountant type objects. So that's the problem here. We cannot add it here. Cannot convert from array list to employee. So this is the problem. That's why it happened.
This is the last and most popular topic, hash map. So for this next question, I have created an employee class with ID, name, and address, and this address is also a class. So it is a constructor and getters method. Address class have address string, constructor and getters method. So I have created a map with employee class as a key and integer as the value, which can be, let's say, salary. And then I have created two object of address and three employee object, in which these E1 and E2 are the same, and putting these all three in the map and then getting map size. So since E1 and E2 are same, map size should be 2. But after execution of program, we see that size is 3 here. Now why the size is 3? Because in the Java provided classes like wrapper classes, integer, double, string, so there has a hash code and equals method which hashmap used to identify key uniquely. So this hash code and equal method is already implemented. They have their custom implementation in Java. But if I created a class like employee, like custom class, user created class, then I need to override hash code and equals method. So these are the hash code and equals method which I have overridden. So here hash code will return the ID, which will identify the object. Let's say employee, and then in equals method I am comparing all of the things like ID, name, address, because everything should be same for that ID. So now if I run this program, now we are getting count as 2. But what happened? Okay, so let's remove this duplicate E2 and edit this code. So what this code is, I have updated ID of the E1 as 3 instead of 1, and now I am getting the value with E1. Now I am putting the E1 with again different salary and getting the size and getting the value. So when we run this program, let's see what happened. So see, when I after updating the ID, When I do map.get, I am getting null value. So that's actually fair, because after changing the id, it's different, because the value which we have saved in the map, even though it is even the same employee, but what happened, the earlier this even has a id of 1, but now its id is changed. That's why we didn't get any salary. But now when I placed it and I do the size again, so ideally the even is the employee, it's the same. So if I do map dot put for it, it should just override this value. Instead of 1000, 2000 should be placed, so the size should be 2 only, but now here we are getting 3, because we have updated this id value. Because of this id value, the hash code takes id as the value, so the hash code will be different. So hash code of this even and this even will differ now, even though they are same object. That's why a different object is saved here. So if you get map.even, you will get 2000, not 1000. Remember, we didn't get here 1000 value, which should we have get. So how to prevent this redundant behavior? So there's one more thing which we should take care of while using custom object as a key in map or any collections, that is immutability. So this class should be immutable, it should not be modifiable from anywhere. So for that, it should be final, this should be private, so that it cannot be accessed from anywhere. Now this is the constructor which will create object once, and then final class employee. Then I have created these all private. So now, as I can see, I am getting error here, I cannot do this. So this, there's no sense of making this. Now what happened, but there's still one more leak in the immutability. This is the address. This address is a custom class, anyone can do like as below: even dot address dot address is equals to something, which is totally allowable, we should not do it. So right now we have the access of address class, we can make it final and private, so that will make it better. But what if I don't have access of this address class, I cannot modify it? Then what I need to do is, instead of returning address directly, I will create a address, a copy of address with a totally different reference here. Okay, so what's wrong here? Cannot be resolved to a type. Okay, I did a spelling mistake. Okay, so now this is totally immutable. Now why so? Because see, if I do something like this here, so since this is from, if even if it is a class which we don't have access, in Java the standard is that every class member is private. We make use of getter and setter to set the value or get the value. So now if I do something like this, uh, let's see here, even dot get address dot get address is equals to something, it will not allow me. Earlier I can do that, but now it should not. So Okay, even if it's a string, I will do, say, replace. It will not allow me because string is not replaceable. So the point is, whenever you are using your custom class as a key in any collection or as a value in the set, in the map, then you must make it immutable plus override hash student equals method. Where are we getting error? Okay, it's the private. Instead of that, I should use get. Okay, I have to do get address everywhere because it's not. Mhm. So if we run this program again, it will work properly. So that's all are the six question of Java collections. So these cover basic overall the concepts of the Java collection and the popular interview question, possibly which interviewer can ask in your written coding interview question or oral interview question, find the output kind of questions. So that's all. The similar concept will revise with different values and different methods and all. So thank you all for watching the video. Please do like, subscribe and comment. Thanks.